Well, hello, everybody. Car Chronicles. I'm back. Dr. C. Let's talk about some things. Let's talk about the core of the narcissist. For most people who have had an experience with a narcissist, been in a situationship with a narcissist, and relationships or, parents, siblings, whatever, you see the narcissist as the facade that they present before you. And most people do have a certain type of fear, the fear of what they can or will do, because narcissists are very extreme. See, the core of the narcissist is a very scared, it's almost like a scared toddler, a scared, paranoid, very low self-esteem, anxious-ridden individual. It doesn't matter what they present or how they present their relationships or their own attitudes or bluff for society. On the inside, they always assume the worst of everyone because they project themselves on everyone. So they always assume that everyone's going to leave them because on the inside, they really know how horrible they are. Maybe not to the extreme, but they know how bad they are. And so they're always preparing for that person to try to leave them. So they're always planning on how to lock those individuals in, but their mind is always set in the future that they're going to have to move from person to person because they always assume rejection and abandonment. So if you thought rejection and abandonment was bad in your situation where sometimes you self-sabotage, imagine that to the 10th power with a narcissist. They kind of remind me of in the animal kingdom. And in the animal kingdom, there's a behavior called Dimantic behavior. And this is for those animals that lack strong defenses, like a narcissist. If you notice with the narcissist, the main thing that I always say is that narcissists feed off of fear and use fear as a weapon. And so everything that they do is fear, quick, fast talking, gaslighting. Everything is like a salesperson, quick. But once you slow them down, and they meet people that are intellectual or very intelligent that know how to slow them down, you'll notice they start falling apart. And what do they resort to? Aggression, or that Dimantic behavior. They start making themselves bigger than what they really are to scare off the prey or to scare you into compliance. When a man or a woman has to resort to physical aggression, that's the lowest of lowest to try to control a person or a situation. A person that has to use physical aggression, physical violence, even psychological violence, psychological abuse is a weak individual. But narcissists create a facade to make people think that they're more important than what they really are. That's a part of the disorder. They're smarter than the average person. They have this vast vocabulary. Go to part 2. Car Chronicles, the core of the narcissist, part 2. So remember I was saying that a narcissist makes themselves bigger than what they really are. That's why most of them are like bigger than life. When they walk into the room, it's almost like they suck the air out of the room, especially as you have gotten used to them. Because in the very beginning, it's a honeymoon phase. It's that love bombing phase. So everything is just so wonderful. As you get to know them and you start picking up, not that you know that they're a narcissist, but as you start picking up that this person is not what they pretend to be, then you'll start noticing when they walk in the room, instead of them lighting up the room, they suck the air out of it. It's like you gasping for air. They're attention whores. Everything is about them. They can go to a party or someone's wedding, but they'll turn the whole situation back on themselves. They can go to a 2-year-old, their own child's birthday party, and if somehow or another it's going to turn back to focus back on them. Some of them even talk to a point where they become tangential. In the world of therapy, we have what's called tangential thought and circumstantial thought. Circumstantial thought is when you may be trying to explain something, but you just go into this circle, and then you come to the point. Tangential is when they start talking, they just go off on a tangent. And I noticed that a lot about narcissists, you'll notice that they talk either in circles, but a lot of them just go off on a tangent because they are the focus in their mind. Everything is about them. So even when they're trying to talk about something else, they always resort back to themselves, and you're listening to them wondering, what are you talking about? This has nothing to do. What are you talking about? It's just confusing. But everything about the narcissist is about the narcissist. You have those, maybe men, for example, that will all of a sudden drop down to a baritone to try to scare you. You have women that all of a sudden become very animated and loud and just ghetto. You hear me? People that like to get, the narcissists like to get loud in public and try to scare you or force you into something or try to publicly humiliate you. But they're always going to make themselves look bigger or sound more intelligent. Anything that people say that may be negative about you, they agree. Instead of defending you, they agree with it because you're making me look bad. So I might have to jump on the bandwagon as well. But once a person causes a narcissistic injury, and I'm not telling you guys to do it on purpose, because you have to remember, if you cause a narcissistic injury, that narcissist is coming back stronger and they're coming out fighting and swinging. Some of you can't handle the torment and the trauma and the antics that come along with when you cause a narcissistic injury. But if you cause a narcissistic injury to a point where they are so wounded, you'll see the core of them come out. They may start crying because they're embarrassed. You have busted their ego, but I'm telling you, they will find revenge whatever way they possibly can. They're very patient in trying to get you back. They never forget. Low self-esteem, low self-worth, fearful, riddled with fear and rejection, and abandonment issues.